Hello guys, good morning all of you. In the last session, we have discussed about what is Oracle and what is the use of Oracle in our everyday life. What is the importance of database server in the backend? So every day, nowadays, all the people are using smartphones. If you need any information, you are getting that information in your browser. How you are getting the information? Because there is a backend database server. That's why you are able to get information. And that is also we discussed in the last session. Today, I am discussing about what is the history of Oracle. Means what are the old versions? What is the present version? What is the difference between old versions and present versions? Okay, actually, Oracle is a database. Oracle is a database from Oracle Corporation. Oracle company established in 1977. And at that time, the name of the company is Relational Software Incorporation. After 2 years, the name of the company was changed as Oracle Corporation. Beginning time, this is the name of the company. Nowadays, the name of the company is Oracle Corporation. In 1986, Oracle company released first successful commercial database. In 1986, they released first successful commercial database. That version is Oracle 7. After Oracle 7, they released Oracle 8. But 7 and 8 versions are both are standalone databases. What is the standalone database? Standalone database means you are unable to access data through internet. If you want to store data, then suppose uh, you are in home. Simple example I'm saying, you are in home. Oracle database is at somewhere that is far away from you. You are making a transaction. You are making a transaction. That information should be saved into database. But in case of 7 and 8, directly not saved. What will happen? Your system and server both should be connected through LAN. Your system and server both should be connected through LAN, MAN or WAN. Whatever it is, both should be connected through wire. Then only it is possible to store the data in the server. Remotely means if the two systems not connected, you are unable to store. That is the problem in Oracle 7 and 8. So these two databases are known as standalone databases. They are not supporting online data processing. They are not supporting online data processing. Remember, later the company was released Oracle 8i. Oracle 8i. 8i. I stands for Internet Applications. Internet applications means web pages. Means from our home or from your phone. 2 points I'm saying. From our home, from the system, through web page, we can communicate with database server. Similarly, you have a smartphone. In that you are opening a browser. You are searching for something. So means through online web pages, we are able to access information, store information, manage information. So 8i, it was released with the support of online data processing. How it is possible? By using through web pages and also JDBC. JDBC means Java to database connectivity. Java to database connectivity. It is an interface. Next, 9i was released. Next version is 9i. So it is also similar to 8i, but it is having some additional tools. What are the tools? What is the use of tools? The additional tools are useful to develop ERP applications. ERP applications. 8i is not supporting ERP, but 9i is also supporting some services related to ERP. Next one, Oracle 10G. G stands for grid technology. G stands for grid technology. What is grid? Grid is a separate system. It's known as grid database. I will explain through diagram. Say, suppose you have a business. Okay, you are having some business. The business has some branches. Let us assume you have 4 branches. First branch, second branch, third branch, and fourth branch. Total 4 branches. In each business branch, data will be generated. In under each business branch, data will be generated. Okay, listen carefully. Okay, if data generating from the branch, I can store data under database server. I want to store data under database server. Okay, for the first branch, I am maintaining database server. Okay, similarly, I am maintaining a database server for second branch and a server for third branch and also a server for fourth branch. If your business has 100 branches, then you need to maintain 100 database servers compulsory. How many branches are there? That many servers you have to maintain. Okay, how can I monitor all these servers? I hope you understand. If one server is there, then one administrator will observe the server, how it is working, what is happening in the server, is it in good performance position or not. Everything will be taken care by one admin. If 100 servers are there, all are at different places, then you need 100 admins. Instead of that, see here, I am connecting all these servers. Just connect all these database servers to the grid database. Remember, this is called as a grid system or grid server. Grid is like a server. Okay, so this is known as grid. What is the benefit by using grid? See, we can easily monitor all these servers from the grid. If any server was failed, from the grid only we can find out what is the problem. If you want to transfer data from one system to means from one server to another server, then we can do it by using grid. So here, server to server communication is easy. And grid is also responsible to decrease the workload on the database servers. all of the sudden there is a huge amount of transactions on the server. That transactions carefully monitoring and managing by grid system, that is called as Oracle 10G. Next one, Oracle 11G. It is also a grid database. It is also known as a grid database. Okay, 11G. This is also known as grid technology. Immediately we have a doubt. Grid 10G also grid database, 11G also grid database. What is the difference between these two versions? As per yesterday discussion, again I am touching one diagram. So here we have yesterday paint RDBMS types. RDBMS types. Let me open it. Open with paint. Let us see. Yesterday we have discussed OLTP database and OLAP database, online transaction processing and online analytical processing, two types of databases in any project. So Oracle 7, 8, 9, 10 up to 10G. Remember, up to 10G only you can use as a OLTP database. Remember guys, what are the versions? 7, 8, 8i, 8i and 9i, 9i and also 10G. Only you can use Oracle database up to this 10G version. You can use it as a OLTP database only. It will not support OLAP transactions. But from 11G onwards, listen, you can set up 11G as OLTP and also you can set up 11G as OLAP also. At the two levels you can use 11G because 11G supporting OLTP services as well as OLAP data warehouse applications also. That's why 11G actually released with Oracle Warehouse Builder. What is the tool? Oracle Warehouse Builder. That's why Oracle 11G is differed with other versions. Okay, next one. Next one is, what is Oracle 12c? It is a cloud database. What is this? It is a cloud database. What is the cloud database? What is the benefit? Simple example I am explaining here. Listen, suppose, see, this is my personal system. In this system, I have a folder. In this folder, this is the video, demo video, yesterday video, right? If I store this file like this is my personal system, remember. Can you access this file? Listen carefully my question. Can you access this file? You cannot access. Why? Because it was saved in my personal system. In case, if I save that video in the drive, in my Google Drive, I am saving that file and I am giving link, Google Drive link to you. Then are you able to access the video? Yes. Why? See, two places I am explaining. Personal system, saving under personal system, saving under Google Drive. 2 points. Okay. In the personal system, I have the storage area, so saved. Okay. In the Google Drive, I have storage area, again saved. What is the difference between these two storage areas? So two storage areas, local system, drive. See, drive is like a cloud, but local system is not cloud. If I place any file in the cloud, and if anybody has the drive link, he can access the files from the storage area, from the drive storage area. Throughout the world, at any time, you can access the videos and files available under cloud storage area. So what is the benefit? Anybody at any time can access the files. First point. Second point, suppose today one video is there. Tomorrow I am adding two videos. Assume that I am adding two videos. Immediately you can access the videos. That is also benefit to the end user. So the data is reaching to end user as much as fast. Okay, that is cloud database. I will explain again. Hold a moment. 12c, it is known as a cloud database. It is also known as a multi-tenant database. What is the benefit of cloud database? How it look like? Let us say in the diagram only, I will show you the difference between other databases and cloud database. Cloud database is look like this. It's a big database. Understand? Okay, this is my cloud database. Okay, next one. What is the name of your database? Check it out. What is the name of your database? Cloud database, Oracle 12c, or you can also say 18c, or you can also say 19c. All are cloud databases. Okay, now it's a big storage area. I don't need this space for one branch. Again, I'm repeating the statement. I don't need this much of space for one branch. So what should I do? Then I can make some partitions. Partitions means I can reserve some spaces. This is for first branch. This is for second branch. And this, I am reserving this space for third branch. And similarly, I am reserving this space for fourth branch. If I have 100 branches, so then I can increase the reservations. See, so for the fifth branch, suppose sixth branch, you can maintain a simple example. Suppose you have a big building. Building means one big flat. Your so much space is there. So according to your convenience, you can make the rooms. Somebody interested in 2 bedroom, somebody interested in 3 bedroom, somebody interested in 4 bedroom. Understand? So according to your business requirement, you can reserve some spaces. Say this space, Listen guys, this space, it was connected to some business application. These are called as business applications or web pages. And this was connected to some other business application. This is also connected to other business applications. This is also connected. Everyone will be connected to business applications, which are nothing but web pages related to your business. So see the setup of 12C. 18C is also similar. 19C is also similar. But maintenance purpose, there is a difference. I will explain. Okay. So this is called as, the major database is known as CDB. CDB. And these small databases are known as PDB. All these things are known as PDB. Okay. Next, what is CDB? What is PDB? Here, I am giving one complete explanation. See, CDB means container database or common database. Container database. Container means it's a container. Under this container, so many pluggable databases. Okay, next, PDB. PDB, it is known as pluggable database. Pluggable databases. These are known as pluggable databases. This is the difference between 11G and 12C. And see, here we have 1 dBA. 1 dBA. Here 1 dBA. And next levels, under local database, multiple developers will work. See, this is called as CDB administrator, and here PDB administrator. These people are known as developers or local user accounts. Local user accounts. I hope you understand, guys. So here, sir, what are the benefits? Simple. In the previous picture here, in this picture, how many database servers you are maintaining? 4 servers. But here I'm maintaining only 1 server. This is your server. Okay. Next, how many admins here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 admins. But here only 2 admins. So means limited resources we need, but we can manage huge amount of data with Oracle Cloud Database. For each server, there is only 1 admin for each server. But here, before entering into this server or any one local server, you have to check here, and also you need to be checked here. Means 2 levels of security. So first one, instead of maintaining multiple database servers, you are maintaining 1 server. Cost is decreasing. If I make any changes here, the changes immediately reflected into remaining databases. Changes are dynamic. and we have multi levels of security, and communication is fast. All databases are at one place. So communication between one server to another server, one PDB to another PDB, it's very easy. These are the benefits of cloud database. So here, let me write last point. That is, what are these things? What are these things? These are called as business applications. That's all. This is whatever the diagram drawn by me. And let me show you the diagram released by Oracle Press, Oracle company. If you see the 12C diagram, then you will understand. See, this is the diagram released by Oracle company. And you can also compare that with this same type of architecture you can see. Understand all of you guys? What is the benefits? Cost is decreasing, communication is fast, multi levels of security, changes are dynamic. Four major advantages. Cost is decreasing, multi levels of security, communication is fast, changes are dynamic. Okay. Now, what is Oracle 18C? Next version is 18C. It is also cloud database, but autonomous cloud database. And it has the support from the Oracle company up to 2023. 2023. They will provide support for up to the which year? 2023. For the 19C also, they are providing the support up to 2026. 2026 year. What is autonomous cloud database? We have a doubt again. What is autonomous cloud database? Simple. Let me give you one example. First example, then I will coming into the subject. Suppose you are a customer for ICICI Bank. You are a customer for ICICI Bank. Bank business. You customer. Business customer. Who is maintaining ICICI Bank ATMs? Who is maintaining ICICI Bank ATMs? Not only ICICI, any bank you can take. Generally, business not involving into the maintenance of ATMs. The maintenance of ATM is taken care by third party company. One of the famous company is CMS. If you watch in your cities, you can see CMS vehicles to load money into ATM. So many, like CMS, so many companies are there. Okay, means business customer. In between these two, ATM is there, that is taken care by third party. Generally, say, this is the database. From this database, we can access data. This is company, means business, and we means customer. But maintenance of the database phase is there. That maintenance is taken care by generally third party people. What are those companies in the real time? Generally, Amazon, they are maintaining the databases. Oracle, they are also maintaining databases between company and customer. Remember, similarly, nowadays, some companies, what they are doing, company, customer, there is no more third party. There is no more third party means maintenance of database is also taken care by the business. Purchasing database from Oracle and also maintenance of the database responsibility also taken care by the business only. They are themselves monitoring their database server, that is called as autonomous cloud database. Remember guys, up to 12C database maintenance taken care by some other third party. After 12C, in case of 18C and 19C, you are the business and you are maintaining your database yourself. This is called as autonomous cloud database. Okay, right. This is about versions of Oracle, and we are learning about Oracle 19C. So before going to next step, what is Oracle? Just revise yesterday class. What is Oracle? It is a RDBMS. What is the use of RDBMS? What is the use of RDBMS? Any RDBMS is useful. Any RDBMS is useful to store data, to access data, to manage data. To store data, to access data, and manage data. How to store data? By using tables, we can store the data. How to create a table? By using commands, by writing queries. How to write a query? By using SQL. Again, I am repeating. What is, see, if you see this diagram, then you will understand. Yesterday already we discussed this. See, this is your database. Here is your database. It is useful to store data. See, store data. See, this is for storing data and to access data and to manage the data. How to store data? By writing queries. How to write a query? By using SQL. This is called as SQL. By using SQL. And how to write a program? PLSQL. So in our training, you are learning about the SQL and PLSQL. Don't miss that point. So Oracle, learning about OLTP database development. OLTP RDBMS development. Under this, you are learning SQL and PLSQL. What is SQL? SQL, it is a structured query language. It is a language. The language has components. That components are commands, operators, classes, objects, functions, concepts. Again, it is a language. It is a collection of commands, classes, keywords, operators, objects. These are known as objects. Concepts, constraints, joins, subqueries. functions, and these are known as classes, right? And commands, different types of commands. Total 14 commands are there. How many commands? 14 commands. After SQL, by using SQL, we are writing queries. By using SQL, we are writing queries. By using PLSQL, we are writing programs. These programs are called as business applications. We can write every program. We will write each program based on business activity. Based on business activity. Understand? Okay. First, let me discuss about our SQL. This is the demo, guys. And now we are entering into subject. You are learning Oracle. In the Oracle, you are learning SQL, PLSQL. After completing SQL and PLSQL, you are able to write programs. Each program will perform one business task. Hold on, I have a question from Pragati. Yeah, we have some differences between 18C and 19C at DBA level, not developer level. Why? Because both 18C and 19C are autonomous cloud databases only. Developer level, there is no difference. Only we have the differences at DBA level. Next one. Now, let me discuss about, see, as a database developer, first you need to understand SQL. Once we finish all SQL part, then we will move into PLSQL. What is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is a language basically. What is the purpose of any language? Language is useful for communication purpose. We can communicate with opposite person. Similarly, SQL is a language that is useful to communicate with the database. To communicate with database. Any database, not only Oracle. SQL Server, DB2, MySQL, MongoDB. So many databases. With any database, if you want to communicate, use only one language, that is called as SQL. There is no other language. So what is there in this language? Let me explain again through the diagram. See, we can compare SQL with English. And here I am using two headings. That is English, and I want to learn SQL. How to learn? So first, what we have to learn? Okay, first point. So we need to learn about alphabets. Next, in SQL, we need to understand about commands. Second one, okay, I know alphabets. Then next step in English, learning words. And here we should know about keywords. Next, third point, in SQL, after learning words, you are ready to write sentence. But before writing sentence, you should understand grammar rules. Similarly, in SQL, you should understand syntactical rules or syntax rules, how to write a statement. Okay. After that, here you are able to write sentences. And here you are able to write by using commands, keywords, syntax rules. By using all these things, you are able to write statements. These statements are known as queries. The statements are known as queries. Okay, next one, I am able to write paragraph. Just I'm comparing with English. Paragraph means group of statements, right? Here also, if you write group of statements, that is called as a program. That is known as a program. Next, finally, you can narrate a story. Story means collection of paragraphs, right? Here, collection of programs will be placed under a package. This is the comparison. Understand, guys? In SQL, what we are learning, and to learn English, what you are learning. So commands, keywords, syntax rules. SQL, it's a collection of commands, keywords, syntax rules. By using the above first three components, you can write a statement that is called as a query. Okay, now what are the commands we have? Just I'm giving list of commands. I'm not explaining them, just I'm giving list of commands. In the subsequent classes, we will discuss about these command explanation. But present giving list of commands. Total SQL commands are 14, 14 commands are there. The 14 commands divided into 5 categories. What is a category? Why is the category? Explain every point, no need to worry. So your SQL commands are divided into 5 types: DDL, DML, DRL, DCL, TCL. DDL, data definition language. DDL, data definition language. These are the commands: create, alter, drop, truncate, rename. Next, DML. So it is a data manipulation language commands. Data manipulation language commands. That is insert, update, delete. Next one, DRL, data retrieval language or data query language. Only one command, select. DCL, data control language. Data control language. That is to grant, revoke. And last one, TCL, transaction control language. Commit, rollback, save point. So total, see, 3 commands. Just remember 3 commands. 2 commands, 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. 9 plus 5, 14 commands totally. Each and every command has a specific purpose. Simple, say DDL. What is DDL? Data definition language. For example, you have a pen in your hand, pen, writing purpose. Bike, driving purpose or traveling purpose. Movie, entered, see, pen, Bike, movie, entertainment purpose, right? Pen is an object. Bike is object. Movie is object, right? Every object in the real world is useful for specific purpose. Every object in the real world is useful for specific purpose. Similarly, in the database, we have some different types of objects. In the database I'm talking about, for example, table, view, index. Three objects I'm taking from the database: table, view, index. Table to store data, view to access data, to view the data, to see the data. Anything is right. To see the data, view. To store the data, table. To search data as much as fast, index. What is the last object? Index. So how the real world objects are useful in different ways. Similarly, the database objects are useful in different ways. Hope you understand, guys. Okay, next. So how to create object in the database? By using DDL command. How to modify object? DDL. How to delete object? DDL. See, create object, modify object, delete object, all are related to object. So this is called as object level commands. Creating, altering, deleting, truncating, renaming. Okay, table created. Assume that table created. What is the purpose of table? Store data. How can I store data? Insert data. Already data stored. How to modify data? Update data. If there is any unnecessary information, how to delete data? Delete command. Insert, update, delete. Hope you understand, guys. Insert, update, delete. So inserting data, updating data, deleting data, data level commands. Adding new data, changing old data, deleting unnecessary data. These are data level. Creating object, changing object, deleting object. See my last words, observe last words. Creating object, changing object, deleting object. So object level, inserting data, updating data, deleting data, data level. Selecting data, no. Merge is a statement, it is not a command. Merge is a statement, it is not a command. And merge is useful for two operations parallelly: updations and insertions. Updations and insertions, both operations parallelly done by using merge statement. Okay, next one. So DCL command, see DRL command only for selection purpose. Only for selection purpose. So select DCL, controlling the users. DCL means controlling the users. Who can access data? Who can modify data? Who can delete data? Who cannot access anything? Who will control? DBA. How to control? By using these two commands, grant and revoke. So control level commands. And last one, transaction level commands. What is transaction level? What is transaction? If you withdraw money, it's a transaction. If you deposit money, it is a transaction. Okay. So what is the use of these commands? Suppose if you withdraw money, you have received money, right? You have received your money successfully. So your transaction successful. If your transaction is successful, you cannot cancel it. It is permanent. In case your transaction was failed, then the transaction should be cancelled. See, commit is a command to make your successful transaction as permanent. To make your successful transaction as permanent, then use commit command. To cancel your failed transactions, use rollback. If you are making multiple transactions, in between transactions, we will use save point as a checkpoint. So these are called as transaction level commands. Hope you understand. Okay, guys, this is about SQL and SQL commands. Each command will be discussed in detail in the next subsequent classes. Right? Yes. Yes, Harsha. I'm explaining that point only. Already I have installation recorded videos are there. You can watch that videos. My videos only. Just I was installed into my student system in the class only directly. I showed how to install the Oracle 19C and also how to install Oracle 11G. Both I explained. And what is the system configuration you need? Both explained. Previous videos are there, or otherwise do one thing. Download 19C into your system. For the 19C, you need 8 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM compulsory. Below that, don't go for 19C. So if you have below that RAM, then it is better to install 11G. For 12C, 18C, 19C. 12C, 18C, 19C, only you need 8 GB RAM. Yes, Venkatesh, you have online clouds are there for practice. Yes, Harsha, I will show you how to install. If you download the software, I will show you how to install in your system, in our class live. Venkatesh, you have some online services are there, check in the net. And Pragati, uh, not explaining more about architecture. As a developer, we need this much of architecture. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about SQL Star Plus. We completed up to commands. Tomorrow we will discuss about SQL Star Plus. See, what is SQL language? Purpose of SQL, writing query. Where should I write the query? Can I write query in a notepad? No. Can I write query in any document? No. We need one environment that is called as SQL Star Plus. We need one environment that is known as SQL Star Plus. In that environment, only we have to write queries and programs. What is that environment? How to open that environment? That points we can see tomorrow. That's all for today. Thank you all of you. See you tomorrow. Our course duration is, in the last video already explained, 45 days. Our course duration is 45 days. In our training, you are learning about 19C, both SQL and PLSQL. The target of SQL and PLSQL learner is becoming as a Oracle database developer. Yes, I can share the videos of today's class also. So give me your mail IDs. Type your mail IDs in the chat window so that I will save that. Already yesterday videos I shared. Yes, Harshal, I got your mail ID. Satish Pragati, yes, yes, yes. Today I will share the videos to all of your mail IDs again. Yes, Hemachandra. Hemant, yes. Okay, guys, I saved your mail IDs so that I will share the videos. Thank you, all of you. See you tomorrow. Yes, Satish, tell me, what do you want? One doubt you are saying, what do you want? Hello, Satish. Yeah, in 11G, you can do the practice very well, but only some concepts, very few concepts are there that are not working on 11G, right? Shall we get means? I will explain the concept. No, software you need to download from Oracle website. Why? Because the softwares are very large files and I should not distribute the softwares also. You need to download the softwares from website. No, it's not payable. Just register in Oracle website and download the database softwares freely. It's not payable. Okay, passed out. Sure. Guidance for future. In which year you passed out? 11. Right. What is the past experience relating to your field? I'm talking about relating to your field. Have you worked at somewhere? Procurement, no problem. Do one thing. This is 2020. Okay, good. 11 means up to 6 or 7 years. Up to 6 years. 2011 to 6 years means 2017. Use your same experience, core experience like mechanical engineer, so and so company. But from 2017 onwards, in 2017, from 2017 onwards, create a fake experience on data Oracle development, create a fake experience. It's my opinion only. So if you have minimum 3 years of experience, if you maintain, then you will get more opportunities. You will get more interview calls. Yeah, you can also learn Tableau, no problem. See, yes, for Tableau only SQL is required. See, Satish, if you have any more questions, drop a mail to me, dineshp.ora@gmail.com. So drop the mail to this my mail ID so that I will give you the complete information. Okay. Right.